Hey guys, this is my August 19th video of me trading gold. I did make the video, but my microphone went out, so I apologize. So I'm gonna have to just re-record the voice over the video that I record. So let me just go over the video. You can go in details on the setup. I'm gonna kind of skip through most of this to make this a very short video, but just to kind of show you my live trade. And I have a video that I made talking about both oil and gold. On my massive move on oil and gold video, and that's the title of it, and I'm actually uploading to YouTube right now. But let me go ahead and play this, and I'll show you guys really quickly on the gold setup. So we have the sideways movement. I talk about in my video that I just recorded. It explodes to the upside, so if you would have missed out on this move, this was really the move to hit at the 118. At 118 there was a buy, right? Because that was your high value area. It broke up above that high value area, but didn't come back down until the US market opened. But once it does, look what happens. It explodes to the upside, right? So we had that nice move up. And at this point, I'm in several contracts. I'm scaling out as we kind of go up and looking at this high here, right? At the 23, 24, okay? And that was my expected move. I kind of zoom out and talk about how we had this previous high at the 25 level, which is what I wanted to look at. And then if I go onto the 4-hour chart, I talk about how this July move, we have this huge downward move here, right? And if we break 25, depending on how we break it, it has potential to move up to the 30 and 35 area. And if you look at the video, if you review today, August 19th, this thing had a huge move all the way up to the 34, right? So we talk about that in my other video, but let me go back to this trade. So as I'm managing this trade, it's getting higher and higher, and I'm looking for this thing to break the 23.24, and my next target was at the 25. So you can see right here, let me just pause real quick. I had my targets at the 24.5, at the 25, and I really started to see potential for this thing to move, because once oil moves in one direction, and this setup kind of occurred, it has a potential to move at least 100 ticks, and it did. It moved like over 130 ticks, I believe, on this move alone. If you would combine this and this move earlier when it first broke out, and then the second move when it came down and retested that high value area, that would have been a 180 tick move at least. So let me go ahead and keep going. And I had about 7 contracts left. I think I traded between 10 to 11 contracts at the beginning. So scaling out, we're gonna make about over $1,000 to $1,500 off of that, up to at least a 25. And then as you can see right there, let me pause it. My next targets for my runners were up at the 1128. So let me go ahead and skip, and I did tell you that the market did move up to 1134 at least yesterday, right? So hit those targets, but let me just show you what happens after it breaks the 1125. So this was oil, actually, what happened right before inventories. This thing broke to the downside, came back up, retested that low value area right here, and that was your short signal, right? And this thing went 200 ticks to the downside after that. So that's another video. You have to just go back to my massive moves on oil and gold to look at that. But I was just reviewing that live before it actually even happened. So that's the point of showing that on this video here. Okay. And this is just the ES. ES was just completely tanking. A lot of stuff happening. And look what happens. Finally breaks that the 23.24. Hits my 25 target, so I was out there. Okay, so just showing you guys that I did hit that target there on the 5 contracts. I had 2 contracts left, and I kept talking about how once it breaks this 24, 25 level, depending on how it breaks, it has potential to move all the way up to that 30. And my next target was really at the 28, a little bit above 28. Let me skip a little bit further. Still kind of hovering on the 24, 25. And I think I have it where it actually breaks. Yep, let me go back. So 25, right? And then watch this thing. Boom! Explodes to the upside. Look at that. 26, 27. So it was another 20 plus ticks off of that move. Alright? And I hold. hold, right? Makes that 28. Okay, and I think this is when I end the video, but I'm pretty much close to my targets. But as you can see, what did I say after it breaks at 24.25? And if it holds above it like this, potential for this thing to really move. But 28 was, or the 28 range was kind of like what I was looking at, and hit those targets. And that was my live trade on gold. Just show you guys that this stuff happens, and the trade setups worked before it even happened. I know there's a lot of people out there that review videos and trades after the fact, and that's easy to do, and there's learning value to that. But I did want to show you that I was looking at this stuff live. Both the gold and the oil setups, was able to extract a good profit off of gold. There was way too much stuff happening on all the different markets for me to manage at once. I try to focus on one. Gold was the one I focused on, and made pretty good money off of this. So hopefully you guys was able to learn something off of this live trade. I know this is more just a quick recap. If you want to go into more detail, the massive moves on oil and gold is my other video that I made this morning. It's actually August 20th here in Korea. But this was an August 19th move off of gold. Pre-market, sideways range, breakout of high value area, retest, and for a long. So that's video on gold. Hope you guys learned a lot, and get excited in the market, make lots of money. This is my video for August 19th, and I will talk to you guys again.